Rickey Smiley Morning Show, the most funny in the morning. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Just another day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. God is good all the time, and all the time God is good.
Sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, the senior pastor of Friendship West Missionary Baptist Church, Dallas, Texas, Pastor Frederick Douglass Haynes. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Rickey Smiley. How you doing, bro?
Man, blessed and highly favored. I know you got that word this morning.
Hey, thank you so much, Ricky. Listen, all of us, if we're not careful, will find ourselves with cycles where we continue to do what we've done, go where we've been. As a matter of fact, it becomes a merry-go-round where we are really going nowhere, because where we have been is where we end up, because we continue to repeat the same old habits. We repeat that which is unhealthy and dysfunctional, but there is some good news, and that is we serve a God who will give you the power to break cycles. God will set you free from the inside out, and when God sets you free from the inside out, you can defeat depression. When God sets you free from the inside out, you can break generational cycles. You don't have to keep going around in the same old circle. God breaks the cycle. The truth sets you free. And before you know it, you are living on purpose, breaking old patterns and not living according to past pain. And so here's a message in music from Jonathan McReynolds about cycles, because listen, you ain't got to live in that cycle. God breaks cycles, and when God breaks cycles, your life is a message and not a mess. When God breaks cycles, the good news is you become what God intends for you to become. So go ahead, have yourself the blessed of days and the best of days, because there's power in the name of Jesus, the cycle breaker.
Oh, man, that's a good word this morning, Pastor Haynes, and let everybody know how you can be reached.
Hey, thank you, Rickey Smiley. You can follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram at FHUnscripted, and you can get my sermons on my YouTube channel, Frederick Haynes, as well as our friendshipwest.org website.
There it is. All right, Pastor Haynes, let's get into this music. Love you, man.
Yes, sir. Love you. Have a great one.
Hey, you too. Here we go.
News headlines,
entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, 13 minutes after the hour, y'all got your front page right here. Maria, good morning.
It's being brought to you by Capital One. No fees or minimums and no overdraft fees are another reason banking with Capital One is the easiest decision. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One, NA member FDIC. Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's your Thursday headlines. A former U.S. Coast Guard veteran is in custody after allegedly shooting one person dead and injuring at least four more in the waiting area of a medical clinic in Atlanta on Wednesday. All five victims were women. Now, the suspect, 24-year-old Dion Patterson, carjacked a vehicle and fled the scene. He was arrested in Cobb County, Georgia, after an hours-long manhunt. Peterson is facing one count of murder and 4 counts of aggravated assault, according to Fulton County jail records. In other news, the Federal Reserve raised interest rates by 0.25 percentage point yesterday, but sent a signal that it might be the last increase for now if inflation continues to ease. The latest increase brings the Fed's rate from 5% to 5.25%, the highest in 17 years. Lastly, Ricky, the top states to live in have been revealed. States are rated in a number of categories, including healthcare, education, economy, opportunity, and natural environment. Utah came in at number 1, and Florida made the top 10 states, coming in at number 10. At the very bottom of the list was Louisiana, with Alaska and Mississippi close behind. This is according to the 2023 Best State Rankings by U.S. News and World Report. I'm Maria Moore, and that's a quick look at news. For more on these stories and other headlines, visit RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock T, what's going on in sports?
Well, we got the Boston Celtics, man. They even up the series 1 game apiece by blowing out the 76ers last night with their MVP, Joel Embiid, on the court. And they still got blew out on, but it's all good, man. Sit back, relax. He's probably going to go 6 games. Game 2 tonight between the Lakers and Golden State. It's going to be exciting. Get the popcorn ready. WNBA star Brittany Griner answers the question that everybody's been wanting to know the answer to. Will she ever play basketball overseas again.
Well, I can say for me, I'm never going overseas to play again unless I'm representing my country at the Olympics. You know, if I make that team, that would be the only time I would leave the U.S. soil, and that's just to represent the USA. I'll say this, you know, the whole reason a lot of us go over, you know, is the pay gap. You know, a lot of us go over there to make an income to support our families.
The attention on women's hoops is increasing. I will say this, man, but now it's time to increase the pay. That's our quick sports report right there, Rick Dog. Gary with the team. What's up there, big man?
Oh, all right, y'all. His silence is broken, y'all. If y'all haven't heard the news, y'all, Jamie Foxx breaks his silence, honey, amid his hospitalization, y'all. Now, it's being reported, y'all, 3 weeks after his hospitalization following an emergency medical complication, y'all, Jamie Foxx has broken his silence and is thanking those who have rallied behind him. Now, they're saying, y'all, that the beloved 55-year-old actor took to his Instagram account on yesterday, honey, to publish a text post saying, appreciate all the love, y'all. Feeling blessed. He also included a prayer, y'all, in there saying he sent a heart emoji, y'all, and everybody's talking about it. But he also, Ricky, did this, and this is so touching. He took to his Instagram story, y'all, and he thanked Nick Cannon, y'all, after it was revealed that the TV personality will and would be filling in for Fox on his show, Beat Shazam, y'all. So Nick Cannon has another job. So congratulations to him. And they're saying, Jamie said, quote, appreciate you, my boy, Nick Cannon. And, you know, everybody's just talking about it and raving. And his daughter won't be returning on the show as well. So we don't know who Nick Cannon is going to bring with him to do this show. All right, the color today is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is sweet potato. On the high end, you say sweet potato, and on the low end, you say beautiful light orange. That's your color for today. Brad, what you got coming up in the hot spot?
Coming up next in the hot spot, my girl Missy Elliott becomes the first woman in hip-hop to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I can't wait to tell you all about it up next. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and that's hot.
You can catch me at the hot spot.
It's the BR18.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, it is about that time for the hot spot, bottom of the hour. What up, Brett? Hello.
What up, Ricky?
Mike
Good
check.
morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brad Tat Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music. What you say?
No, I was telling Kay to
say
turn
that?
the mics on.
Ricky.
Have them ready, please.
Yeah.
They are on. They
yeah.
are on.
Yeah, please. They on, though. But
it's two
yeah.
in
All
10
right, y'all.
minutes.
Yesterday, the rock and roll. What'd you say, Kay?
No, I was telling him this. Man,
All right,
go
yesterday,
ahead,
y'all, the rock and roll.
They can't hear you.
Go ahead,
Can
Brad.
you hear me, Ricky?
Yeah, it's like a delay.
You can't hear me.
These mics kind of
good
crazy.
morning,
it's like
everybody.
a little delay. I'm sorry.
Just go, Brad. Just go.
Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brad Tat Tat. And this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Yesterday, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame announced its 2023 inductees, which included hip-hop icon Missy Elliott. Missy has become the first woman in hip-hop to ever receive this honor. Missy Elliott made the cut in her first year of eligibility to be considered, though artists are required to have released their first record 25 years prior to the induction. So Missy reacted to the news saying, I want to say this is huge, not just for me, but for all my sisters in hip-hop. This door is now open to showcase the hard work and what many of us contribute to music. I have cried all morning because I'm grateful. Thank you, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and all on the committee and super friends. Shaka Khan, George Michael, Sheryl Crow, Willie Nelson, Rage Against the Machine, and Don Cornelius will also be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The 38th Annual Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony will go down on Friday, November 3rd. Meanwhile, according to High Snobiety, Kanye West held a secret Yeezy Season 10 fashion show in Los Angeles on Monday. His models have shaved heads and they rock tight t-shirts and pants. Also, Drake is reportedly selling his Beverly Hills mansion for $88 million. That's a lot of millions for a house. $88 million. Okay. Well, according to TMZ, the home is 25,000 square feet with 7 bedrooms, a library, a screening room, a gym, a game room, etc. And Drake bought the home last year for $75 million, but I'm sure with all the additives that he added, now it is worth $88 million he's selling it for. That is a lot of money.
Is 25,000 square feet, is that big?
That's big, but you know, L.A. is charged up.
Mm-hmm.
In Atlanta, it might be 50 million.
Yeah, what? Oh, child.
Opposed to 88 million or something like that. All right, y'all, moving on. The situation began with Ebony K. Williams interviewed Ayanna on the Griot about the topics on modern women and femininity. Now, during the sit-down, Ebony asked for advice from the single women who felt that the men that are available and not positioned to protect or provide. Now, she mentioned that these men are not earning or showing up in leadership enough for many independent women's likings. Now, after Ebony finished her comment, Ayanna chimed in with a simple question: would you date a bus driver? And after Ebony responded that she would only do so if he owned the bus, Ayanna acknowledged her stance. The bus driver comments ignited this conversation. The comments picked up traction and some users began to side-eye Ebony. However, others sided with Williams, leading to the all-out discourse on the matter. Mark Lamont Hill shared his thoughts. He started by proclaiming there is dignity in all labor. However, he shared that he understands Ebony's point of view because at the same time, he said, I feel you, Ebony. I understand completely what Ebony feels, and that's the way that black women they say black women are the only demographic of people in this country who are systematically expected to date below their education and their income. He added, y'all think that black women have a lower bar. Hill then called out black men who were upset at Ebony's commentary, noting that some of them don't even date black women after becoming successful.
That part.
Hello. Woo! That was saucy right there. Now we're going to wrap up the hot spot on that note. But coming up next, Montreal, hit us up for them wake-up calls at 866-9-RICKY. That's 866-9-RICKEY. The time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
You liar! I believe him, yo. I don't know why, but I do.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. It is about that time for news you can't use. What up, Kay?
Hey, what up, Rick? I got some good stuff today, man. Great stuff today. We're going to start it off with a controversial new sponsor. I don't know what's controversial about this. Nick Cannon has a new venture in the world of food. Not only is he going to be got a new TV show, but he also has a new venture in the world of food. Just in time for the summer cookout season, Nick Cannon's Raw Dogs, and the Raw stands for Real Authentic Wieners. Apparently, Nick is getting into the hot dog business, and I think that's a good thing. So so check out Nick Cannon's Raw Dogs, Real Authentic Wieners. The slogan is "Top it with chili, cheese, and slaw, because it's no good if it ain't raw." So make sure you
go on and give us the news now, man. We heard you.
Oh man,
Rock, you gonna try those?
Oh man, I don't know, dog.
You gonna throw some of those on the grill for Crystal and Lil Rocky, and I know how you like to get out on that back deck and get it cracking.
Out on what?
I know you like to get out on that deck and get it cracking. Get out on that deck and break out them raw dogs. Real authentic wieners from Nick Cannon.
Woo!
Make sure you get out there.
Oh man,
Rocky, you got a pretty big deck back there, don't you? Didn't you build a new deck over the winter? Didn't you add on to your deck that you had already? They said Crystal really enjoyed your deck.
Gary, you never went over there and sat on Rock's brand new deck?
I was just with him the other day, last week. I'm like, my God, you're being very stingy.
He didn't show you his new deck?
No, he didn't show me his new deck.
Yeah, because I heard that he expanded it, and it was really nice.
Okay, we've heard enough about his home improvement activities.
Okay,
he had some good
Long
cedar
now.
wood.
All right.
Was that cedar, Rocky?
Yeah, because cedar is the hardest wood, right?
Yes, I like
because you
cedar.
you really need your deck to be extremely hard because people are walking around on it, and you want it to last through the summer.
We had a Schifferow growing up. It was made of cedar.
It was that hardwood.
Was it?
Good.
Oh, nice.
All right, so we good now?
Man.
All right, so the parents of children in this upcoming school year need to take notes. I said we got new social sensitivity rules is what they're calling them, Maria. Social sensitivity rules that's coming up. And these are going to apply from elementary all the way through college. So make sure that you take notes of this new woke sensitivity rule. So the rule of I before E except after C no longer applies if it makes a child feel better about themselves to put the E before the I. So Let's see. A, E, I, O, and U are no longer the only vowels. All right? A, E, I, O, and U are no longer the only vowels. If it makes a child feel better to say B, C, H, or T is a vowel, then that choice needs to be respected. Now, 2 plus 2 technically still equals 4. But if a child says it equals 7, then that opinion must be respected. Now, the greater than or less than, these are new rules, Rick, that's going into effect. The greater than or less than signs can no longer be allowed in math because we don't want to make the less than number feel inferior. So in the new math, 50 is equal to 100.
Right.
So if you want 50 to be the same as 100, it could be the same. Now, finally, equations such as if Johnny has 3 apples.
I would have graduated on time with these rules.
Yeah, right. If Johnny has 3 apples in one hand and puts 1 apple in Jimmy's hand, how many apples does Johnny have? You can't use this equation no more because it's not right for children that don't have hands.
Right. Right.
And it's also unfair to kids with small hands because Johnny got to have a really big hand to hold 3 apples in the first place. So make sure y'all pay attention to these rules. These are the new woke rules for the upcoming school year 2023.
Boy, I swear, you ain't lying with none of this.
And also make sure y'all check out Nick Cannon's new venture in the world of food. Nick Cannon's Raw Dogs. Top it with chili cheese and slaw. It ain't no good if it ain't raw.
My heart was more than anything when we lost Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul. Try to pay my respect and watch the funeral, but that funeral was so long. I kept hollering at the TV, let her go. She's supposed to be with the Lord. That funeral was so long, they turned off my cable. They said, this funeral done went through 2 billing cycles. They called me, why ain't you paying your cable bill? I said, I'm still at the funeral. Let her go. I never seen a pastor preach the whole Bible. This didn't miss the scripture. I knew we were going to be here a long time because we're going to come out talking about in the beginning. I said the beginning. What do Adam and Eve got to do with a funeral? Let her go. She's supposed to be with the Lord. CNN was there. They was unplugging their Come on, let's get out of here. Right. We've been here for 3 weeks. I kept hollering at the TV, let her go. I knew it was long when Aretha got up to change dresses. I'm going to wear something different in the second half of the funeral. I said, the second half? Who has a halftime at a funeral? Let her go. She's supposed to be with the Lord.
Hold it. Half man, half woman.
It's Gary. I want to hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
Gary has the tea and the color of the day. Gary.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Thursday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news. Y'all, they're saying that the world is going to be a better place once Wendy Williams come back. Where it's being reported, y'all, that according to people that's close to Wendy team, they're saying, y'all, that the CNN company, honey, is looking at Wendy Williams. Y'all, they're saying that they're in talks to have a new daily talk show, honey, with Wendy. Ooh. Now, they're saying CNN recently announced, y'all, that it is changing focus away from polarizing politics and more towards general news. Now, they're saying that they have a slate of news shows coming, y'all, out in the fall, including, you know, the show with Gayle King and possibly another one with the former NBA star, Mr. Charles Barkley. But it's being reported, y'all, that the network approached Wendy Williams' team and they're exploring a potential reboot, y'all, of Wendy Williams talk show on the News Network, honey. Isn't that great? I mean, it would be so nice, honey, if Wendy, you know, come to CNN, honey. I would definitely be there for it, honey, because I love Wendy.
But what time would they put her on?
Well, since Miss Lemon, since Dawn Lemon is gone, there were some people saying that, you know, she might take Dawn Lemon's place, honey.
So CNN finna go to talk, what is it? Talk like entertainment?
Yeah.
I think CNN is kind of all over the place right now because their ratings are in the toilet.
Yep.
So they just trying everything. They're throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks.
Yeah, so, well, honey, they need to throw Miss Williams up there, honey, and let her stick, because we definitely, honey, want to see Wendy Williams. And, you know, hey, you know, times are changing now, so since all these other talk shows are out there and they're not, you know, doing well, and like Special K said, Wendy Williams show is definitely, CNN is not doing that well, so we're going to see if Wendy comes back. All right, moving on in other celebrity news, y'all. Trey Songz has pleaded guilty, y'all, to disorderly conduct after being accused of their 2022 assault, y'all, at a bowling alley. Now, the singer, his real name, if y'all didn't know, his name is Tremaine Neverson. Write that down. They say, honey, he was ordered by a judge to complete only 12 anger management classes. Now, they're saying that he was originally charged with assault and aggravated harassment, but those charges were dismissed as part of his plea deal. So they're saying that he put, quote, we appreciate the New York law enforcement and the district attorney's office for their comprehensive investigation and careful consideration of all evidence, which ultimately confirmed what we had known all along and resulted in the district attorney's office choosing y'all not to pursue any of the original charges against their client, honey. So congratulations goes out to Mr. Trey Songz, y'all. But they're saying the alleged victim said that the singer, honey, punched her in the face repeatedly, y'all, while inside a bowling alley bathroom. Now, they're saying the woman who's allegedly, an employee of the bowling alley claims that her hair then was dragged, honey. And they said, honey, she was then taken to the hospital. And the police said that there were minor injuries, but, they're still visible, y'all. So it's a sad situation, y'all. But, Trey Songz, he did plead guilty, so... we're going to keep all parties lifted up in our prayer, y'all. Because, that's something, man. Speaking of praying, y'all, let's continue to pray for Boosie Badass, y'all. It's being reported that he is Rickey cancer-free, y'all. They said he hopped on social media to celebrate being cancer-free. He said, quote, stayed up all night, y'all, praying for these results. He said, hashtag cancer-free. He said, y'all, that God, honey, is great, but, honey, test your faith all the time. He said he was definitely, y'all, ready to see my cancer doctor surgeon the other day, and he said, I was told he passed last year, y'all. So it's sad, too, that Boosie's doctor died. Mm-hmm. So, but he is definitely cancer-free. Yep, the doctor died, and they're saying that the rapper was diagnosed with cancer back in 2015, and he was in prison at that time. But, now that he's cancer-free, and he's letting the world know, too, that his doctor died. So let's keep all parties, again, lifted up in prayer, and, congratulations to Boosie. All right, the color today is one of my favorite color. My color today, y'all, is sweet potato. On the high end, you say sweet potato, and on the low end, you say beautiful light orange. That's your color for today.
All right, that's beautiful. Y'all give it up for Gary with the team. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. All right, get at me, 866-9-RICKEY. Let's go.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's time to get yourself together. Because he woke you up this morning, slid you in your house shoes, so we be better. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Encourage each other and be productive. The Rickey Smiley Morning Show, want to know what you calling from, so come on and tell us and just wake up.
Good morning. I want to wake up my sister Nellie. I want to wake up my guy Kevin. I want to wake up Dylan. And I want to wake up St. Louis. Hello, Rickey Smiley Show. Love ya.
Hey, wake up call for the class of 84. Wake up in the morning, baby.
This is Amber over here in Houston, Texas. I want to tell my fiance, Terrell Tatum, happy birthday and good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. My name is Terry, calling for Tyler, Texas. I want to wake up the whole John Soul Food. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Have a good morning.
Good morning. This is Nia Liam. Wake up, my brother in Christ, Quincy Webster. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Tuned in, lock in. What's yours? Because we going to let them know. Kansas City, wake up. In Columbus, wake up. Cincinnati, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. West Palm Beach, wake up. And Greenville, wake up. Come on, Jacksonville, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
I appreciate it, Brent. Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning, Rickey. This is I'm sorry to have to call you on the show while you're working, but this is Bob Wilson Green, and we have a situation here. I'm not sure if you're aware that I called in Black Tony to come to my office this morning, and he's being
come to who office?
To come to my office this morning in Human Resources. He's being officially suspended. And,
really?
Yeah, and you're... Mr. Black Tony, I need... No, listen, Rickey. Rickey. Black Tony is officially suspended for not properly attending to his job situation, and I'm going to need you to come in also. Hey, look, Black Tony. I'm gonna need you to calm down, Black Tony. Rickey, I'm gonna call security in a minute. Okay, Rickey. This is not going to work. I'm going to need you to call Human Research this afternoon and come in and meet with me. Now,
okay.
Are you willing? Now, Ricky, are you? Hold on. Black Tony. It's too. Ricky, this is too much. I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this, Ricky.
Hey, this whole sketch is a real.
Now he's saying
it's a
he's
great
not
sketch,
show up.
and I believe that this is Black Tony.
No, this is not me. This is not Black Tony. This is Bob Wilson Green. He is threatening. Oh, okay. He just stormed out of the office. Okay, Ricky, will you please call me off the air? Ricky. This is not me. This is Bob Wilson Green and Black Tony.
That's pretty good, Black Tony.
That's good, man. That's good.
So
it's Black Tony.
Yes.
You know the checks come in today. They came in early.
The paychecks?
Yeah, the paychecks.
They're at the office right now. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, they came in early. They were supposed to come in Friday, but we get paid today.
Huh. Okay. The paychecks are there. With the Black Tony. So Black Tony.
I need to talk to Black Tony. I can't talk to you.
Okay, hold on. Let me get a minute. Hold on. Black Tony, come back in here. Ricky wants to talk to you. What's up, cuz? Hey, cuz. Man, why you tripping on me, son?
Nah, man, your check up here.
I was just finna run out the building. He said my check was up here. I mean, over there. Okay, look. Hey, Rick.
If you want a traditional woman, you got to create a traditional environment. There's so many dudes that expect a woman to go to work 40 hours a week, come home, clean up the whole house, cook a meal, take care of the kids, put the kids to bed, have porn star sex with them, and pay half of the bills. That's not realistic. Traditionally, men paid all the bills, and the woman stayed home and took care of the house. So if you don't make enough money to create that type of infrastructure, then you cannot claim to want a traditional woman because you are not a traditional man. That makes zero sense.
Facts. He is absolutely correct. Gary, what you got?
Hold it!
He's half man, half woman.
It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Gary has the tea and the color of the day. Gary, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning to you. It's Thursday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade, baby, they said that they were thinking about their kids' future, honey, when they decided, Ricky, to depart, honey, the Sunshine State, baby. They packed their things and left. They're saying Gabrielle spoke with Variety at 2023, the Met Gala, about the decision, honey, to move their family from Florida to continue living in a safer environment. She said, quote, "We had to think about where every member of our household would be comfortable and welcome and celebrated," honey. They're saying that the actress recalled 2016 being a time, y'all, that she believed the world became less inclusive. She said, "We felt that pretty immediately." Now, they're saying, thinking about the kids being older and already exploring the world, she mentioned, y'all, that her beautiful 15-year-old stepdaughter, Miss Zaya Wade, who will graduate, y'all, in a couple of years, and her 4-year-old daughter, Miss Clavia James. She said, where would Clavia James go to school? Where were they going to be open to teaching facts and accurate history? She questioned. She said, where can they say gay, much less trans, and where will we not get arrested for affirming our child's identity? Now, they're saying, although that the Wades, honey, have so many loved ones in Florida, that Gabrielle confirmed that at the moment that the state no longer fits or serves the needs of their family. She said, honey, everybody still, her family still live in Florida and fighting a good fight. She said, keep fighting it because we are there in all and the other ways we can be supportive of the movement and restoring real freedom. She also promised to fellow Floridians, honey, and people affected by the laws all over the country. And she said, just know this, that we are actively not just fighting for our family, but your family as well, honey. And she said, quote, Ricky, that was so profound. "We're not free until everybody's free," unquote.
Okay. Yeah,
Miss
she
Junior
had to do
said
what's
that,
best
baby.
for-
She packed her
do what's
bags,
best for
honey.
her
She said
family
she
where
had
they
to
can be
leave. She
comfortable.
had to leave. Yeah, they say she's. Yep, she sold her beautiful Miami Beach mansion, honey, and they're saying that they're now living in the hidden hills of California, honey. So, congratulations to Gabrielle and Dwayne and Zaya and Kavia, honey. So they're, no longer Floridians. So we just gonna keep them lifted up in prayer, and everything's gonna be all right. For them. So, all right, moving on in other celebrity news, y'all, honey. Now this is a very touching story. I don't know if y'all know this guy. Rock T, you probably know him, honey. He's a former NFL, he's a former hockey player. His name is PK Subban. Y'all know PK Subban?
Yep.
Nobody know him? Okay, well, anyway, y'all, they're saying, y'all, that he made a fat joke, honey, about Lizzo on air, y'all, and it was so sad and touching, honey. They're saying, honey, why could he do that? They say, honey, it was unnecessary at best, corny as well, though, honey. But they say Lizzo, honey, as a name, honey. Oh, Jesus.
What?
He called Lizzo, honey, Big Bertha. But people not big. Yeah, honey. That hockey player, honey, he's an ESPN hockey analyst, and he called, honey, Lizzo Big Bertha, and that was not a good look, Ricky. You don't call that to Lizzo, because Lizzo, honey, is definitely a beautiful woman. And,
Is
honey,
he a Caucasian man?
No, he was of African
black.
descent.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought he said something like he was going to pack a Lizzo-sized lunch, like they need to go pack in or something like that.
Yeah, that too, honey. But
Yeah.
that's sad. I feel so bad for Lizzo, because Lizzo didn't do nobody nothing, honey. But he sat there and said bad things about her and stuff. So, but anyway, honey, we're going to keep him lifted up in prayer. So I want to be keeping his job. They're going to let him keep his job?
A black hockey analyst? I'm trying to wrap my mind around that.
Yeah, Roxy, what you know about him? You're a sports genius.
Yeah, he played with the New Jersey Devils a little bit.
So it's just, yeah. Well,
See, Rock ain't even really interested.
Man,
He's like, yeah, he played with his team.
I'm glad that brothers are back in hockey, playing hockey, and he's getting he keeping a job in the broadcast booth. There you go.
Well, he need to stick to sports and stop
Thank
talking about
you.
Lizzo. That's what he need to do.
Thank you. That's what he needs to do, honey. He needs to stick to sports, honey. I wonder what his wife. Oh, she probably not even black. But anyway, moving on to my final story, y'all, honey. People are accusing y'all Kim Kardashian of leaving Little Northwest, honey, outside at the Met Gala. They say Baby Kim was at the Met Gala, honey, attended it, honey, and they say Northwest was out in the streets, honey. So they say
What's she out in the streets?
They say the video circulating, honey, that Northwest, accompanied by her mother, they say to the Met Gala, and they say she was standing around on the street by herself after Kim made her big entrance.
No, she wasn't. I don't believe it.
They say, baby, she left her out there.
No, she wasn't.
They say she left her. They say,
Get it out, Gary. Say it.
yeah, I ain't gonna say it, honey.
She was not standing there by herself.
By herself, honey. I'm gonna fix you up, baby. You wanna act like you're dead? I'm leaving you out there in the street. I want to use the word so bad, but I can't use the word.
Go
My
on
mama
and give us
used
a
to use
color. Don't do it.
Yeah, the color today is one of my favorite color. My color today, y'all, is sweet potato. On the high end, you say sweet potato. On the low end, you say beautiful. Orange. That's your color for today.
Y'all give it up for Gary with the T.
Oh, yes, Lord. Yes, Jesus. Glory.
All right, y'all, boy, Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
Did you see that post?
People are talking.
Here's what's trending on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, you may have heard about the strike by TV, television, and film writers out in Hollywood. They staged a walkout on Monday, and it's already affecting late-night talk shows. Now, the last time they walked out was 2007, and it lasted 100 days. Maria, can you break all of this down for us?
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal, Ricky. Over 11,000 writers went on strike this past Monday. Why? Well, they are striking because they're seeing their wages cut and jobs being threatened by new technology like ChatGPT and other artificial intelligence. And we spoke about this earlier this week. Late night talk shows are usually the first to take a hit. Think about all of those opening monologues. Shows hosted by Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Seth Meyers already began airing reruns, and Saturday Night Live has already changed their show for this weekend. Now, the last time writers went on strike, which was 15 years ago, more than 60 TV shows shut down production, including our favorite show, Girlfriends, with Tracy Ellis Ross at that time.
Yes, indeed. Indeed, man. They say this time around, though, we as viewers may not feel the strike as much because of all the streaming platforms out there like Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime. We can just watch other shows and hadn't even been seen before. But no doubt, you cannot have a good show or a good movie without good writers.
Absolutely. So, can y'all think of some shows out there that was well written? I would have to say, I'll just go with one. I have a lot of them, but my favorite, I just have to say Martin.
Oh yeah.
Martin.
Oh yeah.
Well written and funny as hell. What
Modern
about y'all?
Family. I like Modern Family. The Office is very well written. Even shows like Grey's Anatomy. Like Grey's Anatomy, Shonda Rhimes did some incredible stuff, man.
But you know what, Ricky?
Yeah.
Honestly, I did not know these late night shows had writers. I thought they just came off the top of their heads. And
You
stuff.
crazy?
No.
But y'all comedians, y'all don't have.
No, that's not how that works. They have a staff.
Well, hell, I didn't know.
There'd be
that every
dozens
night.
of people in the room writing, right?
Yeah.
Y'all have tons of writers, yeah.
Really? Lord, I didn't know that. I thought y'all just
A writer's room usually for a show like that is probably about 8 to 10 people. You have a head writer, then you have other writers that work under the head writer, and it's a whole collaboration of things that go into those monologues.
That's interesting.
And I can see their concern.
No,
yeah.
I didn't know that. Hell, I thought these people are comedians and whatever they are. I thought you just get up there and talk and do your doggone thing. I know nobody just sit there and wrote it for you. And you
You ever watch
it?
Saturday Night Live where they do Weekend Update? They're not just freestyling. Those are written.
Well, that part
scripted
I knew,
jokes.
but I mean that part I could assume it. But I was just talking about like Jimmy Kimmel and all these doggone late shows. I mean, I thought they just
Look at their eyes. You can see them looking at a teleprompter most of the time. If you pay attention to their face and where their eyes are going.
Yeah,
I mean, Gary, y'all got writers on Dish Nation. I mean, y'all sitting up there, y'all go in there, you already got a script, and somebody sat back there and wrote that.
Yeah, but they not writer like that because they not on strike. So I don't assume
if they're a part of the Writers Guild, they are on strike.
Well, they not because we still see them every day.
Okay. I'm just telling you.
Well, they're on the damn Writers Guild. They are.
Where they not?
He telling us.
He got your ass told, didn't he?
Okay. But he's trying to sound smart. Hell, okay, I know they not those type of writers.
Well, as creatives, I can see how there's concern, especially with artificial intelligence. You got things like Chat GPT that can say, hey, look at how Ricky or Special K does their comedy. Take the script from their comedy show and write me something similar. There's artificial intelligence that can do that. And then you think about streaming platforms because that wasn't really part of the game. Like, writers need to be paid for when these shows are being streamed.
Like with Chat GPT, because I actually tried it. With Chat GPT, you can literally, in your phone, you can write a monologue. I can say, hey, write a monologue for the Jimmy Kimmel show for Thursday night.
That's
5
crazy.
minutes. It'll literally start printing out the monologue. I can even tell it what topics to write the monologue about. I want to talk about President Biden. I want to talk about Donald Trump, and I want to talk about the NBA Finals. And it'll write out a monologue.
And it'd be funny?
I don't know how funny it's going to be, but it'll definitely print it out. It'll definitely write it out.
It will mimic your style of comedy. It will pull.
Yeah, artificial intelligence is really scary and crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right, let's go to the phones. 866-9-RICKY, 866-9-RICKEY. I just want to see what y'all think. Which ones were good and which ones were not so good. Good morning.
Hey, this is Mia calling from Dallas. So for me, it was the 90s and like early 2000s. They had like the good shows. Like they had a message to it. Like you could learn something. Nowadays, it's no offense to the the other communities and everything, but I don't need to see two men and two women kissing every time I look at TV. I mean, I'm saying everybody need a place and a somebody to represent them. But every single show, almost every single scene, don't have to have a gay scene. And I'm part of the LGBTQ community, and I'm saying it. But back in the 90s, like My Wife and Kids, Martin, Fresh Prince, the old school classics, even like in the back, like the 70s, Good Times and 227. Don't nobody talk about 227 no more. So, right. I think like the for the kids, it's like the old Nickelodeon shows, the old Disney shows, they actually gave a message, with Raven Simone and Keisha Knight Plumbing from the Cosby's, Lil Rudy. Like, different shows that actually gave a message. Now it's just whoever want to be on TV.
Wow, what do y'all think about that, Gary?
Oh, I agree 100%, honey. You know, I agree, especially the part when you're talking about all these different scenes with, two guys and two girls. It's just getting to be too much, honey. I mean, I know we're in a different society and a different day and time, so please don't send me
It
a
does
letter,
seem to be
but
a
it's
lot.
just getting a little bit too much. And
So you think it's just too much?
Too much. Yes, it's too much. I mean, my God. I mean, yes, freedom for everybody, honey, but still, sometimes we just need to just contain it a little bit.
All right,
We gonna let you say that, Gary.
Good morning.
My name is Audra. I'm calling from Birmingham, Alabama. Now, the shows that I love now, Abbott Elementary, and there's a show on NBC called Grand Crew that's really good. All the reality TV shows I wish would go away. I just don't think they've served any purpose for our culture. From the past, Everybody Hates Chris and Girlfriends. I thought it was just intelligent comedy, and that's what I like.
This is Elaine from Macon, Georgia, and I just want to say that the programs that were in the past were really good, the sitcoms, but 90% of the reality shows we have now are just trash.
This is Jackie, and I'm calling from Bloomfield, Connecticut. Real quick, it's got to be the show from back in the day, Golden Girls. You know I'm right, Golden Girls. Wouldn't leave the house before, it was on and off. Golden Girls will always be it.
This is Clifford from Baltimore. Definitely Good Times, man. Good Times was one of the best shows ever did it. And the father figure, Mr. James, that was the man. That was it.
All right, I'm real offended. Everybody that called in, my feelings are really hurt because nobody said nothing about the sitcom that me and Ray J did on TV One. Nobody calling. Say what, Gary?
They forgot about it. Did it air?
And I was one of the writers on that show.
Oh no, Lord Jesus! I don't think I would tell nobody that.
I still get a check from that. I got a check. I think I got a check last month for 42 cents.
Gary,
man wrote. Oh Jesus!
Gary, why you talking about that sitcom that me, Ray J, and J. Anthony Brown had?
I completely forgot about it, child. Did that happen? Because she playing now in Africa somewhere, so they.
You said she playing in Africa.
Gary, how many seasons we had, Gary?
Baby, they gave y'all half a season, honey. These girls said, not even a whole. We're going to give you a half. And that writer who was writing for it, they just acknowledged that. That's probably why. But anyway, I ain't going to leave that alone.
Gary, do we need to bring the Rickey Smiley sitcom back? Do we need... Gary?
No. We don't need to bring her back, honey. Let that girl rest where she at, honey.
I said let that girl.
Gary, what about my scene and all about the Benjamins? What about that?
Oh Lord, honey, that was a deleted scene. Did they see that?
Brad, be quiet.
That was the deleted scene, baby. We don't get it right on that one too.
Had nothing to do with that one. That was all him. That was all him.
Yes, Lord, honey. Like,
Gary, my TV career, what about it's gone, Gary? What?
Your career, honey, is gone, honey. G-O-on, honey, gone. But that's all right. You got radio, baby. If you ain't got nothing else, you got radio, honey. Eliminated that writer that just acknowledged himself. But anyway.
Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, it is about that time. Jeff Johnson got 3 things you need to know. Jeff, good morning.
Good morning, good morning. How you feeling this morning, Rick?
Man, blessed and highly favored. Just another day that the Lord has kept me. I appreciate it. How you feeling?
Man, listen, it's almost unfair how good I am. So let me get right into this, brother. I am, like so many others, in the midst of contemplation around what happened in New York and what happened in Atlanta. And so most of us know by now that New York City, we saw a brother Jordan Neely who was 30-year-old, unhoused, brother who was dealing with some form of mental illness, if not mental instability, was killed. I mean, straight up killed by people who should have never been touching him. And when we think about the fact that you had almost what's been labeled as sanctioned vigilante killing on the train, there's all kinds of issues that the city of New York is going to have to deal with by way of an investigation, how these men are charged, who's charged with what. But what it comes down to is an inability to have the level of mental health services and interventions in a city that is clearly dealing with it. But it's directly connected, in my mind, to what we saw happen in Atlanta. And in advance of really just saying that I'm praying for the families of the young woman that was killed and those that were injured in Atlanta, I'm also dealing with the fact that you had a U.S. vet who had been at the VA, did not feel like he got the proper services at the VA that he needed, did not get medication that he was requesting for anxiety, and picked up a gun and put folks in danger. And so, Rick, I don't want to minimize the loss of life or the horror that was caused in the city of Atlanta as a result of this, but I do want to deal with the fact that nearly half of the 60 million adults and children living with mental health conditions in the United States go without any treatment at all. And more than 150 million people live in federally designated mental health professional shortage areas. And what that means is you got people living in areas that the federal government has already identified as not having the number of professional health professionals that are needed to deal with those that are diagnosed, let alone those that are undiagnosed. And so as we're getting ready to hear, based on Atlanta, a whole lot of conversation around gun control and gun policy. And listen, I think we need smart gun control. But what I know we need, even more than smart gun control policy, is policy and resources and access to men, women, and families who are navigating mental health crisis on a daily basis and don't have anybody to call but 911. Don't have anywhere to go but the emergency room. And it is insane to think about the amount of money we have in this country to do almost whatever we want, but every single city and state is suffering from not enough mental health officials. So, I mean, you know, right? I mean,
hey, Jeff,
tell me what you all think.
Yeah, I'm a veteran. I've been going to the VA for many years, and when I tell you it's like not having any health care at all, you might as well say, like, the resources, I don't know where they say they spending all this money at and all these improvements, because it's not there. It's not there. No. And I feel sorry for people who have really extreme situations that need to be dealt with, because you can go in there and say you have an extreme situation that needs to be dealt with right now. They'll put you off for 10 days or 2 weeks and tell you to come back.
More.
Yeah.
If not more.
I'm saying in extreme cases.
Yes. My dad was a veteran, and he literally stopped going to the VA because the service that he needed, he really couldn't get there. He had to rely on other insurance to do the things that he needed. And they're veterans all over 4 decades that have been complaining about the VA. It's not new.
Right. Oh,
so,
God.
You know, as we think about this, is a 24-year-old kid, young man who was looking for support from the VA. 24 years old. And so it just speaks to a whole nother list of issues. And so while listen, I know all the people are going to be having gun control conversations. I really hope that we really will talk about this VA piece in particular, but also this mental health piece, because if we don't, we're just setting up for more and more problems in all of our communities. So let me know what you think. If you've had issues with the VA or challenges with not having mental health support, let me know. Hit me at Jeff Nation on IG. Love y'all. Appreciate you all. And I'll talk to y'all next week.
Fix it, Jesus. Fix it, Jesus.
Twan 360.
cold, dog.
That's what. Man, well, somebody need to go and jump on Bink for making that. I love that. Fix it, Jesus. Because you already know it's going to be some mess. We got the one and only Twan 360 on with us this morning. Twan, good morning.
Ricky, good morning. In today's Fix It Jesus, one pastor explains how God can not only stretch your finances, but some other things as well. Take a listen to this.
Look at your neighbor and say he's a meat stretcher. He'll stretch your meat. Hallelujah.
What church is that?
Look at your neighbor and say he's a meat stretcher. He'll stretch your meat. Hallelujah.
Passionate about that, boy.
Gary.
Baby. All right. Which church is that?
I'll join.
Yes, Lord, honey.
Oh. Whoa. One more time for the people in the back. Oh, man. I am in tears.
Look at your neighbor and say he's a meat stretcher. He'll stretch your meat. Hallelujah.
Twan, how can we find this video?
Go to my Instagram page at Twan the Dunn. I'm screaming.
I love that church.
Say what, Gary?
I love that church. Which name he was talking about?
News headlines. Entertainment. Sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. This segment is being brought to you by...
Get the gold standard for healthy hair. Gold Series products penetrate each hair strand to provide deep moisture to strengthen your hair from within. Created by black scientists, Gold Series works better because it's made better. Maria Moore, what's happening?
Good morning, Rock T. Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's your Thursday headlines. A former U.S. Coast Guard veteran is in custody after allegedly shooting one person dead and injuring at least four more in the waiting area of a medical clinic in Atlanta on Wednesday. All 5 victims were women. The suspect, 24-year-old Dion Patterson, was upset because he did not receive his anti-anxiety medication, according to his mother. Patterson is facing 1 count of murder and 4 counts of aggravated assault, according to Fulton County jail records. In other news, Ricky, the U.S. Department of Labor fined 3 McDonald's franchisees after an investigation determined that hundreds of children, including 2 10-year-olds, were working there in violation of federal labor law. As part of their investigation, officials found that a Louisville, Kentucky-based McDonald's hired 2 10-year-olds to work at one of its locations unpaid and as late as 2 a.m., with one of the children, Ricky, even permitted to operate a deep fryer. Wow. Yeah. Lastly, the top
they be
states...
smart. They come in smart, especially because they probably, these 10-year-olds be looking like they about 17.
Yeah, I mean, they
10-year-old with a full beer back there cooking them quarter pounder with cheese. got a full damn James Harden beer back there, 10 years old.
Yes, sir. Assistant manager 13.
Slinging them number 3 with cheese and no onions, boy.
Come on, dog.
Getting them out there, them extra French fries. Operating that deep fryer, boy, grown ass.
Got them babies working at 2 a.m.
Then in the break room watching Paw Patrol. Playing in this beer, watching Peppa Pig.
We're going to wrap up the news on that note. For more on these stories and other headlines, visit RickySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock T, what's going on in sports?
Let's talk about
Hey,
them.
Rob.
Yeah, dog. Let's talk about them Boston Celtics. They even the series against the 76ers, man, in style. Like, they blew them boys out with MVP Joel Embiid on the court, man. So it is what it is. I'm getting ready for game 2 tonight. I'm excited because this Lakers-Golden State series is going to be amazing. It's going down. Real fast, the South Carolina women's basketball coach, our friend Dawn Staley, shares one of her guilty pleasures when she's not on the court coaching.
No, I don't. I live a real simplistic life. Like the reason why I was late coming here, I was at the courthouse looking at a murder trial, like just in attendance. I'm looking at the witnesses and and it got good. right when I had to come here. Like, he got real good.
Coach.
And I'm
you
like,
hang at the courthouse?
I know the judge.
Yeah, man. Hey, she didn't
I do that too, Rock.
Hey.
I promise you, I love to go just sit up in a courtroom and watch a trial.
Let me tell you something, man.
Wow.
My wife, Crystal, the same. All the television shows she watches, the forensic stuff.
She watched First 48.
All that. The murder trials. Just.
Hey, you know First 48 shooting episodes in St. Louis now.
Is that right?
Oh man, Lord. boy, you talking about the Atlanta and the St. Louis and the New Orleans episode is eerie and creepy as hell. Have you up with your pistol walking through your house in the middle of the night? I'm serious.
Oh Lord,
that's crazy, man. Well, that's my sports report right there. Brad got the hot spot right now.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and that's hot. You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
You don't going on somewhere with that part-time sports report.
Hey, man. They talking about you gotta go.
Part-time. He came into this, but say, and LeBron James won. To you, Brett.
See how I feel here.
That apostrophe sports report.
Damn. Go ahead, Brett.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brad Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Tribe Called Quest contributor and cousin to group leader Q-Tip, Consequence, also known as Dexter Mills, is upset about the group's second consecutive snub by the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and this is what he had to say.
What we're not going to do is keep subjugating that name, A Tribe Called Quest, to a white population or white popularity contest and having them in there as the token pick. We're going to stop that. Now, we love Missy. Shout out to Missy. We love everybody who got nominated for music. But on a political side, what I ain't really feeling is that now we got to explain 0 for 2.
Wait, what happened, Brad, again? I'm confused.
First of all, I guess it says a Tribe Called Quest contributor and cousin to the group leader Q-Tip. This is Consequence. We know him as he's a rapper. I think he was on Love and Hip Hop before, but until we hear Q-Tip saying something like this, like I don't know if Q-Tip approves of somebody else speaking for a Tribe Called Quest, because Q-Tip is not usually this way. So Consequence is upset that they were snubbed. Feeling like they were snubbed for a second time in a row to get inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, because as you know, Missy was inducted, a few other people, but he feels that a Tribe Called Quest got snubbed. So that's what he had to say. Other notable snubs who still have not been inducted is people like Mariah Carey, Outkast, Kool and the Gang, Barry White, and Cher. So there's a lot of people who deserve to be in there.
Oh yeah, you can't get mad if Cher and Mariah Carey ain't in there.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
Yeah, like everybody will have their turn. You know, it's not always fair, but you'll get your shot when it's your time. It's your time. So that's how we feel about that. Moving on, y'all. One of Team USA's gold medal winning track stars has passed away. According to the Orange County Sheriff's Office in Florida, officers conducted a well-being check at Bowie's home. Her name is Tori Bowie. Tuesday afternoon, when authorities arrived at the residence, they made an entry and found the Olympic medalist deceased. A cause and manner of death are not known yet. The Orange County Medical Examiner's Office are saying they're still investigating the matter. Bowie's management team said Wednesday they were crushed to learn of her passing, saying, "We've lost a client, dear friend, daughter, and sister." The agency said Toy was a champion, a beacon of light that shines so bright. We're truly heartbroken, and our prayers are with the family and friends. A preliminary investigation showed no foul play was involved. Bowie, a two-time NCAA long jump champion who won 3 medals at the 2016 Olympics in Brazil, was just 32 years old. So our prayers go out to her family.
Yeah, sad.
Man, yeah, that is
Tori
pretty
Bowie,
sad.
one of the fastest women of all time.
Tori Bowie.
Yes,
yeah.
man.
Oh,
Wow.
Man.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, me too. That's super sad. Well, we're going to wrap up the hot spot on that note, y'all. But coming up next, we got the praise mix down because we all need prayer. The time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.